Here we go. Who the hell are you, man? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
We are the Knights
of Nerdatude. Hold on to your butt.
And now for something completely different.
Hello out there, and welcome to the Knights of Nerdatude podcast. We're a podcast for all things nerd. My name is Chris. I'm here with...
You have not seen what I've seen. I've seen cats. It's Sam.
Oh, man. That's a good one. I too have seen cats. Screw it. It's just Sean.
And on the Skype hotline we have...
I too also turned away from the shiny light in the sea. It's John.
All right, folks. We're going to get into it. We have Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, the Amazon Prime TV show. It's going to be a heavy episode in that. But first, what we're going to do, and then we'll do a little bit of Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah.
But first, we have the typical news, and we did get a trailer this week.
Yes, we did.
So light on the news. There's one news announcement, I guess.
Yep.
So be prepared for that. And then the trailer. You'll understand in a second. So let's do news first. Sean,
All right,
you had something.
Yes, I do have something. So my little bit of news is more of a rumor mill that has come out over this past week leading up to Sunday, which, yes, Sunday is technically the
If
first.
this is what I think it is. I think I saw it too.
Okay.
Football.
Technically, yes, football started Thursday is, start of football, and Sunday's like the day of football. But something else is going on there. That would be the D23 Expo is on Sunday.
It starts tomorrow.
I know, but Feige is talking on Sunday.
Oh, but that okay. Well,
Anyway.
there's other
Oh, is
Disney
this the
stuff.
report of all the actors that they signed or whatever?
Yes.
No, we're not. That's
Why not? Why?
Where was that from? What's
different.
the website it's from?
I don't know. Several different people have been reporting on this. That these are the names of people that have been supposedly signed.
All right, let's wait.
For
this
Marvel
is,
movies?
I borderline don't believe this, so I don't even think we should comment on this.
Well, why don't you believe? What don't you believe out of it?
Just give me 3 names.
So 3 names, okay.
Pick 3. Give me 3.
So, I'll just pick the.
I'm assuming we're not.
John Boyega.
Okay. I'm sure. I'm assuming we're not
Henry
figuring
Cavill.
out.
And John Krasinski. I'll go with those 3.
Sure. Why not? Look. They've hit bottom of the barrel when they got Harry Styles in it. So I really don't care at this point because it doesn't get any worse than that.
Okay, do you want to know why this is unbelievable? Sean buried one of the names.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he did.
Denzel Washington.
2 of them.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
You sure?
Okay.
I really don't think
You
so.
sure?
I don't think he's showing up.
You sure?
No. Well, no. Well, yeah.
So
I'm not gonna put money on it. But
Denzel and was it Giancarlo Esposito
Yeah,
are
but
both
he's in
rumored.
Mando, so I don't.
I understand he's in Mando, but so those 2 are rumored and have been highly rumored as being the top choices for Magneto and Professor Xavier.
my God, guys, I saw Bruce Willis driving by the Disney lot the other day.
He's retired. You can't.
He's
retired.
coming out. He's going to be part of the MCU.
He can't.
No,
You heard
he
it here
has
first.
Dementia.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's a
East
wrong
Coast.
name to send out there, but
He
Yeah.
drove by.
Sean
Disney's gonna
Connery
hire
was
him.
riding shotgun.
yeah, right. Yeah. No.
No.
I mean, we'll see on Sunday. I'm reporting what is coming
there
out.
are 600 more important things in my life than rumored actors and actresses up to that point.
All I'm saying, so I know
Until-
Esposito has been trying to be. He's been campaigning for Xavier for a while.
At this
now.
point, Mahershala Ali was announced, 2 years ago?
Yeah. How's Hirsch is oh yeah, that's understandable, but Denzel, no chance.
Yeah, but even then, if they're planning
They're
for
not
phase
remotely the
phase
same.
8, yeah, if they're planning for phase 8 for this, there's no way half the people are going to stick around for that long. There's no way.
I'm just saying, like, hey, like, it's okay to be skeptical, but to downright just be like, no chance. Like, that's a little much. This is Marvel, and I mean, we've seen a lot of high-profile people joining the MCU for different roles.
I mean, you're saying like any of this is like remotely being reported by any like reputable place like at all.
Okay,
All right.
rumors have to start somewhere.
I started one just now.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like that was just a horrible rumor.
Do you know
like,
who else
there's-
is going to be in the MCU? Chris.
Yeah, right.
Chris is going to be Beast.
Oh God.
Yeah, they've been filming up in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah. So okay, yeah, like that's
Actually,
fine.
has a Disney movie ever filmed in Massachusetts?
Yes.
One of the
MCU?
MCUs.
I
Yeah, I
don't
think
think
they
so.
filmed Black Panther too. I know that
Really?
sounds
Was
like a
it-
joke, but they literally did film that in Worcester.
Oh, it was in Worcester. Okay,
What?
fair
Well,
enough.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, the news I had was that D23
D23
starts tomorrow.
Yep.
And then next week we'll have an announcement of the official announcements instead
And-
of rumors.
And the egg is going to be on someone's face.
I really don't care. Anything is better than Harry Styles.
Say
Let
they're
me say it now.
They're going to announce they resurrected Sir Laurence Olivier, and he will be playing Beast.
Look, we have to report on news whether or not it's
This isn't news.
happening.
Ex-
Except
rumors.
it's not news. This
Okay.
is rumor.
All right.
We don't do rumors.
Oh yeah. Of
Pretty
course
sure
we
we
don't.
do,
We 100% do. Do I have to bring up Red Hulk? Because there's a whole episode of just us theorizing things for an hour and a half.
Yeah, theorizing about a movie isn't about rumored that this is going to show up or casting decisions. I think the latest rumor possible discussion was the Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga being
Yeah.
how that was rumored and then it turned out to be true.
But that was reported from like real places, though.
But that was Sean. That was something John liked.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes.
No.
Sorry. That was
it's
rumored
such a ridiculous thing. You're just like people are just making bullshit up, and it's not. No, there's a difference. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it's a difference because John said there's a difference.
No, it's
I'm
different
feeling-
because
okay.
one comes from comicbook.com and the other comes from like fucking Deadline and Variety. Like, yeah, there's a big difference.
I'm liking this sass, guys.
I know,
I'm liking
I know.
it because Lord of the Rings is coming up, and I have a feeling. I just have a feeling.
We'll see. I'm okay with reporting on rumors. That's kind of our job. But I mean, if you want to report on things that are like a few weeks old, that's fine.
A few weeks old?
I'm just
Oh, all right.
yeah.
I was going to say, we'll talk about D23
I
next
know.
week.
No, I know.
in the actual cast list.
I know.
Anyway.
Anyways,
Moving on, shall we get to the trailer?
Glass Onions.
So for those of you who watched a lot of movies lately, and it was kind of a low key movie last year.
No,
was it last
this
year, 2
was-
years
No,
ago?
this is 2019.
2019, yeah.
2019, all right.
Pre-pandemic.
So it was pre-pandemic. It was like a decent,
I really
hit,
liked
whatever
it.
it was. But Knives Out was kind of a hidden gem almost.
Oh yeah.
Everybody who watched it liked it. It was a good whodunit, and they came out with the second one.
Yeah.
Or they're going to come out
Yeah.
with the
It's-
second one.
Well, they're
much
coming out
did
with
the-
two.
How much did the original make?
I don't know. Was it theaters?
Yeah, it was
yeah.
definitely theaters. I saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
but it
and,
was
I mean, it was nominated for Oscars and stuff. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a hidden gem it was. It made $311 million US dollars.
Okay, so it was
so it wasn't
it was
really a
hit. It was
hidden
hit.
gem.
Yeah.
People
All right.
knew it was good.
It
It's just Ryan Johnson wrote and directed it, which he did this after doing Star Wars. So like
you get the
maybe
bad
that
taste out of your
yeah
mouth.
that's I think that is the
It
impressive
definitely
part.
washes the taste because I don't know if you've seen it, Sean.
I have not,
It
unfortunately.
is damn good.
Yes.
Knives Out? Yeah.
I
It's
have heard
really
that.
Like
good.
if you just want a nice whodunit that like does not take itself too seriously.
Have you seen Death on the Nile?
Yeah.
It's actually better than that.
Well, I believe
it's Death
that.
on the Nile, but like it's just Daniel Craig doing
Yeah.
the most over the top Cajun accent ever. Which I don't know, Chris, if you saw the reporting on this, where it's like he forgot how to do that accent and had to get like an accent coach to get him back. To
Oh,
do
really?
The
No.
accent.
I have not seen that, but no, it was a very good movie. Like I actually really enjoyed it.
I'm just impressed that Netflix has this. Like this is a Netflix movie. This isn't
Well,
a.
It was not
It's-
originally a Netflix movie.
It was
So they got the rights to it.
Yeah.
All right.
To the
For a
sequels.
lot of money.
So John, you must be terrified. Sorry for picking on you all day so far, but
Well, funny you should ask that.
yeah.
I don't know about this one.
Okay. Yeah.
You
Just
know-
watching the trailer, it's like, I don't want to be, I'm going to watch it, but I don't know. It's not, kind of looking a little dumb.
I don't know. It looked fun, so I was all about it.
It looks a little too over the top at times, but
I
like
mean, when you do a sequel like this, you kind of have to keep upping the stakes. And stuff.
you also
Raising the
I will
stakes.
give you got rid of the bad awful taste out of my mouth with Knives Out 1. It's the same director, same writer, same person's doing it. So I'll like John said, we're gonna watch it. I will give it a shot.
And this is definitely something I remember right after the movie came out, Ryan Johnson being like, I want to make sequels to this.
Right.
So it wasn't like someone approached him with a check and was like, here, write a sequel.
Yeah.
He wanted to do this.
True. And plus Netflix is just throws money at anything anyway, so
Yeah.
I would be shocked if
Although apparently they're going to stop doing that. Supposedly.
supposedly, but I really doubt that.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
once their ad thing comes up, then we'll be paying $40 a month for no ads and yada yada yada.
The thing is with like a Knives Out is like, this is one of those like repeatable, sequelable like movies
Yeah.
that isn't like some sort of pre-existing IP that like a big studio owns. Like this was its own thing, and now the Benoit Blanc verse, Daniel Craig's character, is willed into existence because Netflix wrote Ryan Johnson a big check to make 2 movies. Filming this in Europe looks pretty nice. Yeah, I was not like worried about this movie until they dropped like a listing of the characters and a description of them like a couple weeks back, and it kind of sounded dumb. And then I saw the trailer today and not feeling it, but we'll see. This movie is 3 months away, so don't want to get too over our skis on it.
Do we have a release date?
I think it's Christmas.
It just said coming soon. In the trailer.
The trailer said coming soon. I didn't know if we had an actual
I think
release.
it's December. I think it's
I
December.
remember in like Netflix like upcoming year kind of thing they did earlier. I remember them saying like December or something or end of the year.
Well,
which
upcoming year,
usually
they
means
would show that at the
December.
beginning of the year.
Yeah, but I
Things-
remember
things have changed a lot. So
Yeah, but I remember even then they were saying like end of the year. So
yeah,
I
I think I wrote it down on my sheet there with the release dates and stuff. I don't have it up in front of me, but yeah, pretty sure it had to have been. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's end of the year, December.
yeah,
All right, so we're all going to give it a shot. Sean, do recommend Knives Out though.
yeah.
Oh,
That's the first
it's
one.
on my list.
I think
Yeah.
it's even on Netflix.
Like I have a long list of things. Like
Yeah, we all do.
yeah, I still got to watch like John Wick 2 and 3.
Sure.
You definitely get some
cool because 4's coming out soon.
some
so,
decent Chris Evans out of it.
yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, let's be honest.
Like he's not like burning down the house, but you know what?
Chris Evans is proving, very like he can do other things aside from Captain America.
Yeah, yeah.
Give
Like,
it to me.
He's not
give
like
it to me.
great, but you know what? Throw him in there. He's not going to ruin the movie for
He's
me.
done. He did the latest
Gray Man.
Gray Man. He
Which,
did.
like,
He was fine in.
He was probably the best part of that.
fine in.
He was
He-
the only character with any personality.
Hey, he did Knives Out. He was good in that. I mean,
Lightyear.
he did Gifted. You guys haven't seen Gifted, but I really like
Yeah,
that
I know you
one.
like that.
He's really good in that, and like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
All right.
All right. Shall we move on? What do we want to do? We want to do
It doesn't matter to me.
Let's do House of Dragons first.
Fine.
House of Dragons?
That works for me.
All right,
House of Dragon.
Third episode, House of Dragons.
Is it dragons or dragon?
Whatever.
House of the Dragon.
House
Yes.
of the Dragon. Okay.
All right, so we're getting it. We did the time jump.
Sort of.
Well,
We did a time jump.
Sort of.
two
What do you mean by
years.
sort of?
Well,
Yeah, it was like
there
2
wasn't
years. So,
recasting.
yeah, there will be recasting.
yeah,
at
there
some
will
point.
be. Fine.
That's the big time jump.
Fine. 2 year
Because
jump.
every episode has done a quote unquote time jump. Because between episode 1 and 2, it was 6 months. Episode 2 to 3, it was about 2 years.
Yeah. So,
So
Just picking up speed.
yeah. Oh yeah.
The last year is going to be 1,000 years from the last episode.
well, we got some nice stuff in this last episode. We actually got more character development and exposition.
That's the one thing the show didn't need more of is character development.
Well, I mean, they need to do something because the lack of interesting characters is kind of showing through a little bit.
You know what
now.
they did? They introduced a really cool looking villain and then killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Spoilers, by the way.
they were like building like
Yeah.
Crab King up like he's going to be one of the main antagonists. in
Right.
this
And
thing.
I liked he looked cool. He looked weird. Why is
kinda
he
had,
wearing
like-
the mask?
And it was
Kinda-
dangerous. It was dangerous.
Yeah.
he kind of just
creepy.
had like this control over his men. He just had like a nod at them, and they knew
Yeah.
exactly what to do.
Like he was a cool villain.
so I was like,
and then,
ooh, like okay, maybe there's something here. I think he had the stone disease. He was one of those stone men.
Stone Men.
maybe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't let him touch you.
Yeah.
Ooh, good call.
Like that's
call.
what it kind of looked like to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because he had the weird skin on his face, but like he had the weird looking crab-ish mask where it like had that thing like
yeah, like
weird leg coming out of it.
some interesting stuff
Yeah.
there, and then we just kill him off at the end. Of
And not even we kill him off. We don't see him die. We just see Matt Smith go into the
Right.
cave and then drag half of his body out. Like you don't even see the
but,
death.
Look, I'm not complaining about that either. Like that's fine with me.
I'm complaining
I
about
will
it.
give that approval.
I mean, like
I'm complaining about
I
it.
wouldn't complain if there was just anyone else I could like latch on to and be like, I like this
Right.
person.
I
you,
like,
you latched
I'm-
onto the crab guy?
More than everyone else.
Yeah,
Okay.
There was something there. There was a
like
character
it's not-
there.
It's
Okay.
what's their name? What's her name? The daughter.
Exactly.
Rhaenyra.
She's-
That's the problem.
Like, she's kind of the only
Yeah.
other character who's kind of interesting.
but then, like, this
kinda-
episode, she took a weird turn where she's just like a moody teenager again. She's like, I don't want to do anything. And I'm like, okay, we're back to this again.
no,
Cool.
well, the thing is, she's actually accepted and she wants to be queen now.
Yeah, but
And
like,
then it's getting taken away from her because by tradition,
but it hasn't been, and no one but like everybody below the king who's like, hey, this probably should happen. The king's like, no, that's not what's gonna happen.
well, I mean, she's not stupid. She's smart. She understands that it's not just him making the decision. Look, don't hold up on that. Like she's perfect. She's perfectly fine.
No, she's super moody, and it's like annoying. Where like the end of the last episode, she was like, "Yes, I understand." Like she and her father, the king, they kind of like mended their relationship a bit, and like she knew that he had to remarry, and like yeah, it sucks that it's your best friend that he's gonna remarry and then have a kid with, but like there was a bit of like a relationship forming at the end of episode 2 where like, you know, they're not like no longer not talking. They're like actually having conversations again. So there's like some kind of story there, but then we jump ahead 2 years and we're like, just ignore what that happened. Now she hates him again for some reason. Like it just, the time jumps are kind of killing it in a way.
Well,
don't think so at all.
didn't they mend and then he immediately announced he's marrying her best friend?
out of nowhere.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
out of
did.
nowhere.
I'm pretty sure that would, tarnish things.
Right. Yeah, but
No,
I feel like
no,
that
yeah,
hasn't sat well with her
I mean, like
for many.
at some point, can this story like get going? Like we've been
Yeah.
clearly setting up a civil war this entire time. I get it. And we're just like, no. We need to introduce more sides to this civil war just to make it super complicated and difficult to follow.
Okay.
Like we're at episode 4 and this story
Three.
has
Three. We
This
just
is the
finished it.
third
We're on 4.
episode
yeah.
Is this the third?
This is the
All right.
third, yeah.
of 50 or 60. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, and like the story has not gotten going.
Okay.
Well, they tidied up the triarchy thing. Apparently, that was
With like no fanfare and no purpose.
no, but in its defense, that was a cool scene.
It was a cool
Like the-
scene, but it was
cool fight
pointless
scene.
at this point.
No, I don't think so. I think it just proves that his desire to become king is solidified at that point.
I
won't
don't know if that
take
had
my
anything to do
brother's-
with him being king.
Yeah,
he
got
was
to-
petty and he didn't want to lose.
If he was
Yeah.
to accept, no, if he was to accept his brother's help, that would make him look weak to others.
Yeah, he's not going to, but it had nothing to do with the fact that he wants to be king. It's the fact that he wants to be able to do all this on his own.
He's just a miserable,
Yeah.
entitled person, which like every other character is.
See, I'm reading him currently as he wants to be king, and the way to do that is to get
Yeah, he
his
wants to be king because he's a
servants.
miserable, entitled person.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He believes it's
Who is
his
it?
throne, but like there's also this weird relationship between him and his niece where like apparently they haven't talked in 2 years, so like no character development there, where I feel like there could have been something because they seemed very close and then he just like up and disappears.
well, I mean,
Like
he's challenging her dad's throne. I mean,
Yeah, and
that's how would you feel? Well, granted, obviously, this,
well, he's not really challenging the throne though. He's challenging the fact that well
in almost every possible way,
he's being a
challenging
thorn in his
authority.
side.
I mean,
he's being
he's-
a thorn in his side.
More or less circumnavigated the king's like authority and will that they didn't. They're
Yeah,
more
but
or
he-
less fighting a war on their own. And
Yeah, but
it's,
it like
you know,
he's
the
doing it
cunning-
pathetically and not winning, and like
Yeah.
that kind of saps all the wind out of his sails. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure they came out victorious, but
after 2 years and losing,
Yeah,
like,
they literally talk about how like they're losing, they need help, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, all you had to do was this one like essentially a Deus Ex Machina like situation where it's like, ha, I killed the bad guy. Like
Okay.
that,
Also,
that-
when did superheroes enter this this universe?
then
he
he was
just
like
ran-
Oh, yeah.
running all the hell of the arrows.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like okay. I thought like the whole point of Game of Thrones was like we're gonna do gritty realism.
Yeah, but they have epically bad aim. If that's
Oh,
the case.
yeah. Like this is
there's
just
like 200 archers and they're all missing.
I don't want to
him.
say there were 200,
I'm
but
over exaggerating.
There was a bunch.
There were
there
a
was
lot
there
of
was a
archers.
good amount. Did
I mean,
he get hit? I thought he got hit.
He
with
got
one.
hit
got
like
hit a couple times
in like the leg, but he was fine.
and,
In
like,
the shoulder, he was
shoulder
fine.
and, like kind of this like
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, but he was fine.
It's,
But he still
look,
managed to kill the Crab King.
Yeah,
That's just like cinema. that's all it really is.
it's
Isn't this what like people were complaining about the last season though? Plot armor.
yeah. This is a major
I don't-
case of plot armor.
In truth, I don't know. Like
the dude
are
literally
are you
takes
talking,
on
like,
an army by
Battle of the
himself.
Bastards? Are you talking like Battle of the Bastards? I mean,
No, like
Right,
the last season with the
so go like Arya running through the city and like boom, she's dead. Oh wait, no, she's still alive. Oh boom, she's dead. No, she's still alive. Like that kind of plot armor, where like nothing can kill this person
well,
because the plot says they can't die.
I mean, like I don't totally have a problem with that, but like at the same time, like the fact that no one is complaining about that now.
I don't think plot armor is something that. Yeah.
I just think a lot
I
of
can't
these
really-
are kind of nitpicky, just to be honest. Like, I think it's a very.
I have
it's like a
nothing else to
slow
latch
burn.
on
Yeah,
to.
there's
Though.
there's
This
nothing
is,
to the
this
show.
is Game of Thrones. It's
There's
gonna
no-
take a little while to get going.
It's taking 3 episodes, and we have yet to really figure out what's going on.
It's moving at a Tolkien pace.
No, Token moves faster than this.
I don't think so. At all. Look,
Okay.
look. Well, I'm not going to agree to disagree on that one, but moving on to the, I'm actually starting to like the King a lot more. I don't know why. Just getting into it. Anybody else? No. Nobody's attached to these characters. John, can you just side with me on anything?
I can't
What do you mean?
feel
I've been
passionate
siding with you
about.
this entire time.
Yeah, but it's just you got to be here in person. All alone.
Like I can't feel passionate about anybody in this. Like I don't hate anybody, but like,
Like seriously, I like watching
sort
the
of-
show
yeah.
and not having like an attachment to the original show. I'm just sitting down watching this, and the crab I forget what the guy's actual name, like title was, but the Crab King. I'm just gonna call him the Crab King.
That's fine.
He was the first like interesting character they ever introduced.
Let me
Like, he
just
was-
say
because
something.
there's 3 seconds of screen time.
He was not remotely interesting at all.
Okay, compared to who?
John, please explain to me why any of these other
Yeah,
characters
explain
are interesting.
who's actually interesting.
They're dull, uninteresting, just
I'm just saying of this show,
ordinary.
of this show we'll say these first 3 episodes. He's the first like, hey, what's his deal? I kind of want to know. No other character has been like that. None. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, I understand exactly your method.
It is also 3 episodes in
Right.
of a season
Yep.
of brand new characters.
Right. So why would you kill off set him up in
Because he
episode 2?
doesn't. Because he doesn't matter. It's not like an important
Yeah, apparently.
person.
So why even set him up?
Because they did
Because
it.
it's an
like,
episode and they had a cool pay. Like, gee, like this is just fucking storytelling. Like, why
No,
did they
this
have?
is
No, it's
bad
not.
Why did they
storytelling.
go to Karth? I don't know, because it was part of the journey. Like, chill out. Like, my God. Didn't you see
this
the
is-
dragon
this
scene?
is-
it was pretty cool. He like
this is
blew
a
up some people.
bad guy. This is a
But
bad
there's
guy.
like no context.
They
to it.
killed the bad guy. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
in an episode.
He wasn't
Moving the
supposed to be
progression
like
along.
the big bad of the season. The whole
John,
season,
I understand.
the
I
whole
understand.
season,
I understand
guys,
that.
is setting up that Matt Smith is the cunning psychopath, and he's got some powerful friends in the what's his name, the sea snake or whatever, the Valerians, you know. And all this has done is kind of brought them together, but maybe also created some, some frictions between them too. All right, this whole show has always been about like coalitions and people coming together in like multi-sided context. I mean, you're like, oh, there's all these sides, and this is like incomprehensible. Do you remember how in the second season it's the War of the Five Kings? Like, there's the Iron Islands, there's the two Baratheons, there's the Starks, there's the there's
Yeah,
the
but I
King,
knew where everybody
you know?
stood and like who to like kind of discount as like, yeah, they're kind of inconsequential.
But that's because it's the second season of all these characters.
I feel like you guys are just like willing the show to
You're
be
like,
good.
it's Game of Thrones. I have to
like
like
it's
it.
not terrible, but like
Yeah.
it is not as good
It's-
as you guys.
I'm not.
So-
I'm not.
I'm not saying
saying
it's like incredible. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
I don't know what you're expecting it to be. Game of Thrones to begin with is like
It's a drama.
a
Yeah.
super high level, like a super production value B plus show. So with some like interesting stuff, like it's an all time show because it's just like monoculture and like really expensive to make. It's not like it's incredible. Like I was like hooked to begin with. I mean, it takes like a whole fucking season for it to get going in the original one. So like 3 episodes in, if it's like, yeah, fine. And like, I seem like there's at least some inklings there on some of the characters. I mean, if you're not interested, whatever, but like, I don't know what to tell you. The show, like, they didn't make this show to like just grab your heart and rip it out in the first like half of the first season. I mean, it's built to be a 5-6 season thing. Like that's just what it is. I mean, you know, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like I don't think anyone's like I guess like I don't necessarily like completely disagree with you guys that like no one's super compelling, but like I'm also like not expecting that to happen right away.
Yeah, but if you want to continue people to watch, you kind of need characters to like attach to.
Please.
Okay. Well, do you want to go
See
with
dead
viewership?
walking, comma walking. Like
No,
I'm
they were.
pretty sure you don't need that.
All right. Have you?
I haven't looked at viewer numbers, so if you want to
Okay.
spill the beans on it,
This dropped by 30%.
sure.
It was Labor Day.
And what's
It
the
went from 3.2 to like 2.5, I think.
million?
Yeah, that was the linear audience on HBO, and it was the Sunday and Labor Day. So like, I'm gonna call a mulligan on that one, but we'll see how it is next week.
Yeah.
However, you have to fit your narrative, John.
Well, I mean, I
I
watch it
just
every
telling
Sunday.
you how TV works, but cool.
I watch Game of Thrones every Sunday on linear TV, 9:00, and I did not because of Labor Day, the holiday, like all of the parties and stuff. I did not. So I'm one of those people
Yeah.
like that should have been
And, like-
watching it that didn't.
How many people have party Sunday night?
On Labor Day weekend?
Yeah.
All the people who send their kids to school on Tuesday.
All right.
I know.
Do we
I
have
don't
any
know
other?
any-
Do we have
anyways.
anything else on this? Because we should probably get to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we're good. Let's get to Lord of the Rings.
All right.
Let's just do
So
it.
we can
Let's
only
just
go
do
so
it.
far as like, well, what were you doing Saturday night or Sunday
Yeah,
night?
right. Sunday night.
All
yeah.
right. All right.
No, Sean,
get
the sustaining my narrative is me being next week. Oh, but now there's football on, so what are
Yeah,
you
right.
gonna watch? Yeah, that's if I come back and say that, then you can call me out as being full of shit.
Actually, my game is Sunday night, so
Yeah,
I'm
right.
up a creek.
Yeah.
I'm up a creek. I can't.
Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, just say like a screw you to Sean and like put your other TV on Game of Thrones.
I can't mentally do my
your
game
part.
and Game of
So
Thrones.
watch both at the same
Yeah,
time.
I can't. Because then I'm
Each
also
eye on a
doing.
different one.
One eye on each one.
It's tradition for me to do laundry in the football game too, so
Yeah.
that's just.
Yeah, I am interested to see if the numbers do drop or remain the same for episode 4.
Yeah.
I do know that review wise, this is so far like the fans think this is the best episode so far of the season.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Did you
it
see
should
the
be.
dragon?
Did you see the battle scene?
We've seen dragons though.
Yeah. Speaking of dragons and battle
Yeah.
scenes, Rings of Power
Yeah,
finally came out.
2 episodes.
So we're heavy hitters this end of summer. Fall going up against each other. We have Rings of Power and House of the Dragon, but we're going to do Rings of Power. 2 episodes came out. Prime Video, the much anticipated,
And, very expensive.
very, very expensive TV series to come out from Amazon Prime based on or inspired by the Tolkien lore, Lord of the Rings. 2 episodes came out. It takes place during the Second Age, TBD. And I don't know. Just initial reactions. I can't go first. I cannot go first.
I know you can't.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
well-
Initial reactions.
All right,
I don't
initial
want to. I don't
reactions-
want to rehash it. I don't want to do that.
There
but-
are moments you can tell that this is an expensive show. The
money's on screen.
yeah, you can tell, and it's not like the actors that are getting paid. It's like beautiful shots.
very pretty.
Minus one, there's like this weird shot when they go into the dwarven city, and it's like horridly CGI that they're like walking on like a ledge and everything CGI behind them. Like, I'm sorry, my eye just picked up on that. I was like, that looks bad. But other than that, like for the most part, everything looks pretty nice. I mean, we did get a really cool shot of one of the beasts taking down an owl, which was like an amazing shot during that fight.
Beast
but-
taking down an owl.
Yeah, I forget what it's something beasts that the ring wraiths ride on.
Taking down
Oh,
a
a
bird,
Nazgul?
the eagle.
Yeah, well, what's the name of the beast though?
A
A
Nazgul?
taking.
That's
not-
a Nazgul.
That's a Nazgul.
is it?
Taking down an eagle. One
Yeah.
of the eagles.
Yeah, because the ring wraiths are them.
Yeah, are you sure? I don't think
Or-
it. No, they're not Nazgul.
No,
Yeah.
Nazgul.
Never
I
be-
think might be the
The-
elven
the-
name for
yeah.
the ring
Never
wraiths.
come between a Nazgul and its prey. From
That is true. For the movies. That is
Yeah.
a line from the movies.
Fell beast. It's a fell beast.
okay, well, they refer to it as that in the movies.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Nazgul would be the ring wraith, though, I believe.
Yeah,
Anyways,
no, it's
well,
the ring wraith. I have
Yeah.
been on Wikipedia, on Lord of the Rings, like related Wikipedia things, more than I've been, I don't know, looking through the Internal Revenue Code this last week. Can I spout on this one for a little
Go
bit?
ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll be honest. I was skeptical coming in to this show of one, it just being Amazon, and Amazon has never delivered anything on this scale. And I feel like, every time there's like a hyped Amazon show, it's like, what was it? The Terminal List. That's like whatever. Or Chris, I'm sorry, I watched Reacher. It was fine. It's never really been grabbing me. Like, there's been like random like one-off shows, like that stupid Josh Brolin show, but that was kind of trash. Anyway, okay, I'm in. I'm in on this
Okay.
one. Now we want to talk about pacing. This one is like House of the Dragon is like a Born Identity movie compared to this.
I will 100% agree with you, John.
agree.
This is the perfect example of glacially paced.
Yes.
Yes.
Do I care? No. Just because I'm so like I forgot how much like even though we've even just done this rewatch of the movies of how much I just like the lore in general, you know, and like the history behind it, and like I've been going through this whole thing because we have this obviously, and you know exactly who it is when you see it at the end of the first episode of the like, oh, thing we never showed you in the trailer, but you know, obviously, because I mean it's Gandalf, right? Like it's not even.
Yeah.
gotta
Okay.
be-
All right. Well, can I talk about that really quick?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're all in agreement. That's got to be Gandalf.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
It
but-
makes too much sense.
Yeah, yeah.
But wouldn't it be such a like douchey kind of twist if it was like, no, it's actually Saruman?
Yeah. When you said
Like,
when you
and
said
I
it,
can-
yeah.
Yeah. Like I can see them doing that and be like, oh, but there has to be that twist, and like that's the twist. But like
Or
I
some,
want it to
some
be.
wizard you never heard of.
I mean,
Well, there's 4 wizards. I only know 3.
in
'cause-
truth, we don't
It's actually
necessarily know
Radagast.
if we don't necessarily know if Saruman is there either.
Well-
at this
Well,
moment,
but he was sent. Okay.
Yeah.
This is me. This
Yeah.
is me over wikiing this.
Here we
shit.
go.
Yeah.
I know the answer too.
but no,
so
they were
go
sent
ahead.
for the same purpose and
Yeah.
all that, and because they're the Maiar or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's 4 of them, and I don't know the name of the 4th one.
I don't know. He's not even.
There's-
He's like maybe like mentioned offhand or something like that in
Yeah.
the Hobbit or something.
No, I don't even think in the Hobbit Radagast is mentioned in the
yeah,
Hobbit.
really, I thought there were
There's-
5 or 6 wizards.
No, I
I
believe
think there's
only
4. Yeah.
I think there's the blue and something else, right?
the blue,
I don't know. I'm trying to remember the.
the
And they all
green
form Captain
wizard.
Planet.
No.
So, okay, my only like, and again, this isn't a beef with the show. This is the lore itself. Is like I didn't realize the whole Sauron thing like was just like a repeat of like what had come before of this like Morgoth guy who seems like
Yeah.
a real dick, burning down those trees. Yeah, man, there's a lot. If you go down the wiki hole on this, there is like so much going on here.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
there
There
is.
are 5 wizards. I
5,
just
that's
looked it
right,
up.
that's
there
right.
are 5 wizards.
Okay.
If you've seen The Hobbit, you would know.
No, you wouldn't.
He mentioned it in The
Oh.
Hobbit.
All right, so they mention it, but there's only 3 of them in the Hobbit.
No, I know, but it's mentioned. Okay, all right, and
Shows you how
But-
often I've seen those movies.
You know, it's an incredibly sprawling story. There's like, you know, it's funny. This is very much like as another prequel to already like very popular like IP. Although this story is actually like more directly a part of Lord of the Rings versus House of the Dragon is the Game of Thrones. That's almost sort of its own separate thing. Since we sort of know the plot points that happen here.
Yeah.
So, like, you see where it's going and where we're going to lead and stuff like that. I don't care. I'm fine to take its time. I don't have, like, an unlimited pool of patience, but just fine, like, seeing some, like, cool visuals. Like, all the stuff with Galadriel and going into the west, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
The Undying
Yeah,
Lands
she's
or
going
whatever.
west. The Undying Lands.
That
yeah.
was just like, I don't know. I was like not prepared for that. That was like a pretty powerful scene.
it just seemed very cultish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like how they're all singing as like they see the bright light.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
did
just
you
like,
think
wait.
something bad was gonna happen? Like that almost reminded me of like the end of like Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that.
Did you check and see if they were all wearing Nikes or?
Well, that's so. It almost made me concerned. Like, did they send him off to die?
Yeah, it almost
No,
feels
it's the
like
opposite of
how
dying.
did they
Yeah, I
die?
think they try and make it out to be this like extravagant, nice, peaceful thing, but you're not really there anymore, right? I don't know. I just got the weird feeling that like So they're sending these people to die.
But like,
That's-
isn't like the first couple scenes of the show in the Undying Lands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, okay.
But they
I
just,
kinda
just
wish
showed
they-
it destroyed.
Yeah, they showed the
Oh.
destruction of the Undying Lands and the tree, which was their light. And I'm like, man, like, for a show that takes its time for everything, kind of wish they took their time on that and explained that a little bit.
No, I don't.
I'm okay with that because I feel like we would need a flow chart and like
Yeah.
I guess.
it would turn into like a lecture, and I'm not here for that.
So, one of my biggest complaints is not the narration, but like the storytelling
Yes.
almost.
Oh,
And
so it's like
I don't know if
four
you guys-
different stories going on.
I don't know if you guys had this issue. I watched this twice, and I had to kind of
boy.
rewind it a couple times. At the beginning, they showed the Tree of Lights and all these other things, and Lenore, whatever, Valinor, whatever, wherever it was.
Yeah.
They didn't actually say where Morgoth came from.
Right.
And then they just said that, we set sail to destroy Morgoth. But why?
Yeah.
But
That's
why
well,
did you leave
That's
just
what I
give
mean.
me-
Like
just-
that
just-
whole like
I feel
beginning
like there's a
thing.
sentence
Yeah,
missing.
they needed. I wanted them to explain that opening sequence a little bit more.
Just a lit, not
It needed,
not show me anything.
like-
Just give me a little something. Where did he
Yeah.
come from? He came from Melor. Okay, got it. That's why they're going there to
Right.
take the battle to him.
Right.
Got it. Done.
Right.
Sold.
That's all I needed. It
But
was
don't
just a
you-
very odd situation.
But don't you, in some ways, though, like, I looked at that very, like, analogous to what happened, like, the prologue in the movies, where they're explaining essentially the events at the end of this show, where, you know, they confront Sauron and everything. Like, it was almost, like, boilerplate the exact same thing. Am I crazy, or was it, like, bad guy doing bad things, the world,
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that,
that-
unites to defeat him, but there was a little bit that got left, and it's gonna build and build, you know, like, it's almost exactly the same, and I didn't really care. Although, you know, I don't know. It's funny that it's almost like it just keeps repeating itself, like it's like the Matrix or something. But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so my feelings with this, I'm kind of in the same boat as you, John. Like, you know what? This isn't like I didn't instantly fall in love with this, but you know what? There's a lot of pretty visuals.
The music,
There's music is
fantastic. Again,
which
music is nailing it.
the theme, not the whole music, but just the theme Howard Shore did.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All the music stuff. I don't know. I'm like I was kind of drifting, but it pulled me right
Oh,
back
yeah.
in. So
It's
when they hit the
beautiful
dwarf
music.
lands, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm in, 100%, 100%.
But like the only complaint I really have is it's kind of typical of Tolkien stories. The characters are a little wooden,
yeah,
kind
sure.
of lifeless. But like, I like especially when they were in the dwarven city, and like I can't remember anybody's name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Other than the ones that were in Lord of the Rings. It's
Yeah,
hard
but
for me to
like
remember
the dwarf
names.
and the elf there, where it's like
The elf? You mean Elrod?
Elrod. Yeah,
In
whatever.
truth, it's gonna come at some point.
It'll
It's
start
always-
clicking.
it's
I'm
always
terrible
the
with
Tolkien
names
stuff.
in general, so but like we got a little like Gimli and Legolas there of like that kind of like they're friends, but they kind of punch each other around sort of deal. And I was like, yeah, I know all this kind of feels like a rehash, but like, damn it was good the first time around. I'm ready for it a second time around.
But you know what? We never saw Khazad-dûm in the first one. You know, we saw like the remnants, we saw the ruins, and this is like the fully like realized version. And it's just like really cool to see the like, grand scale, because we really don't ever. I mean, I sorry, I haven't watched much of The Hobbit, but we don't really have a lot of like insight into the world of the dwarves either in the actual
No,
movies.
you don't. No.
And to see
Yeah,
that was like pretty cool.
And
I
like the
thought.
rock breaking contest.
Yeah.
Kind of enjoyed that.
Right?
you know?
Right? So you guys aren't part of the troll crowd who's
No.
bashing this thing for
I don't know what those
Stupid
people
reasons.
the stupid reasons, the semi-racist apparently, which you need to shut the fuck
Seriously.
up. I mean, shut the fuck up. And you're
Can we
stick to
also
Tolkien-
though like, okay, there's gonna be like four people on the internet being racist about anything. Like, we don't need to
Yeah.
keep like actively like super acknowledging these people like all the time.
Yeah,
Did you?
I feel like it's not. Yeah, I feel like it's 5% of what the
frankly,
complaints were.
The racist stuff is crowding out even dumber, more asinine complaints, like
Yeah.
the elves
Yeah.
having like short hair. Have you seen
Oh,
this
is that
one?
what it was?
No,
Yeah.
I
I
haven't
no,
seen
I
that
haven't
one.
seen that
That's
one.
great.
No,
I
it's
love
just. I mean, freaking the majority of the complaints that I saw were, this isn't token. This isn't token. This isn't the lore and all
Like-
this other stuff.
My one counter to that is then just read the damn books.
Yeah,
all
if you
right?
want-
if we're gonna have all this IP stuff, at least let the writers and producers have some creative liberty,
Right?
to create something that they can create.
It's not even that. It's they love the Lord of the Rings, the trilogy. They love it.
Yeah.
And probably a third of that whole trilogy is battle scenes. Tolkien is awful with battle scenes. He doesn't write it. It doesn't exist. I started reading the second book, by the way. It does not happen. He recaps briefly what happened. And this could be because of his World War I experience. You know, whatever. It is not Tolkien. If you like the trilogy, then that's because you like, what's his face? Peter Jackson. Because he turned a boring story into an awesome adventure. That's it. That's it. If you are upset about the lore, you need to get over it. Like Sam said, you need to have a little bit.
Like
Tolkien will not translate into viewers. It's too boring.
let them have some liberty to turn this into this like visual medium.
Exactly. If they, granted, they retconned a few things, but still.
But were
Get
they
over
important
it.
things that ruined the
Not-
spirit of
not
this?
even.
I don't really feel like
No,
it.
because I've read 2 out of 4 book, whatever. However, I'm not reading the Silmarillion. I'm not doing that. It's not going to happen.
The Silmarillion.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But like, just this is so interesting, and it's not really similar to. It's like the book is just the world. The book is the world, and that's Tolkien, and that's perfect, and it shows awesome on the screen, visually stunning. Music, I would also associate with Tolkien because, half of his freaking pages are songs about something.
Dwarves like to sing.
Well, it's
Did
not
you
just dwarves.
guys-
Aragorn likes to sing too, apparently.
yeah.
So everything about Tolkien is beauty of the world.
Yeah.
That's he describes that most in his books. It's all about like the land and all this other stuff, and you see that in every single movie you watch.
Yep.
And that's that. Let them build on. The dwarves are my favorite right now.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was-
why.
that was
the,
a
the
fun
whole
little
dwarf
scene.
stuff
Like-
is awesome.
Dwarves
to
are
me.
always fun.
And the interaction, the rituals, you're building out this lore, whether or not it's Tolkien or not. Who gives a shit? Just deal with it, because like you said, that breaking the rock thing was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. I don't give a shit that stupid elf forge looks like a massive thing that, is a male body part, but it's
Phallic.
yeah. I don't care. Just you're doing stuff, and apparently the dwarves and the elves don't get along. What else is new? Maybe at some point they do get along, and then it just splits because, like, I think John was implying earlier, this is literally leading up to the opening credits of the Fellowship, where I guess men, elves, and dwarves all fought against Sauron, right?
Yeah.
So at some point there has to be an alliance. Why not make it fun and different? And it doesn't have to be true to Tolkien.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so long as you capture the spirit, like, are you
Right.
really ruining
People need
it?
to get, and then like the pacing, they're all for Tolkien stuff, and then the pace, Tolkien is so slow.
Yeah, I know that much about Tolkien.
So slow. I think I told you guys, it's like 400 pages into The Hobbit, they finally get to in Rivendell, right? It's
Oh
No,
yeah,
it's
no, it
less
takes forever.
In The
it's
Hobbit?
a lot of
You- oh, you
songs
mean,
and
the book,
reels.
the book.
Fellowship.
The Fellowship. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Fellowship.
I was
yeah.
like, not in the book, Hobbit book.
No. The Fellowship.
400 pages.
The book
Hobbit
is over.
only
The
like
Hobbit's
300.
over. Yeah.
Hobbit's quick. All right. Yay, my turn.
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know. I want to like this. I really do. But it is so damn boring at times. And it sucks because it's like boring. Look at this really cool action sequence. Never mind, it's over in like 2 minutes. All right, boring. Oh, another action. Nope, it's over again. So like to go like the worm in the ocean, like that sequence was cool, but like you introduce all these characters and now they're all dead. And now we have basically an Aragon type character introduced now. And
I
like,
have a question for
Really,
you.
he's more mercenary kind of.
well, he's a mysterious. He's labeled as the Stranger, which I mean, Strider.
Isn't the stranger the Gandalf guy?
It's the Stranger's Gandalf.
Is
Yeah.
that what it? So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, it's
I
something
don't know
else.
who the
then I don't know what
shipwreck
it.
is.
Yeah, I don't know Shipwreck Guy, but like, he doesn't really say much about who he is, and
I mean, we haven't gotten a lot of
Yeah.
it.
Can I
mean,
ask
there's
you
like
a
20 stories going on.
Can I ask
Yeah,
you a
well,
life
there's-
death situation?
well, there's one, two. Is there? It's like 3 or 4 stories going on. 4 stories. There are 4 stories going on at once.
There's the dwarfs in Elrond.
There's Elrod and them trying to build the forge.
Yep, and then there's
There's
Galadriel.
Galadriel.
Yep.
There is the Harfoots, and then there's the human and elf fighting the goblin.
Yeah, we got 4 so far.
So we got 4 stories going on. So I mean, like, there's a lot happening, but not a lot happening. But every once in a while,
it's also 2 episodes,
That's it, yep.
less than an hour apiece.
Right.
Building out
But,
the
like-
characters.
like, I want to know what's like every time one of the stories starts to tug at an interesting string, they're like, and on to the next story. It's like,
Well,
can't we
that's-
just? I
People
understand
say,
that's
man. I don't know.
yeah, I know, but because like the whole thing with the goblin like attack, like what's going on? And they're like, we'll get to it eventually. It's
Well,
like,
I mean, that's just storytelling.
I
The
under-
sword has something to do with it. And
yeah,
at least I
that,
think this
that
sword
sword has Sauron's marking on it. So
Yeah, wasn't
we'll see
that?
it.
Didn't we see that in Lord of the Rings? Am I crazy?
No. Are you thinking of the sword that the prince used to kill?
no. Sword that Sauron holds.
No, he holds a mace.
Yeah, he holds a mace,
he?
but I thought I
Yeah.
could have sworn I've seen that before. I just couldn't like figure out
Yeah.
where I
I'm
saw
with
it.
you too.
Can
I ask you a survival question?
Uh-oh.
When you're on a ship and it's stormy weather, do you tie yourself to the mast?
You obviously tie yourself to the heaviest thing on there.
Right.
That will 100% sink.
And pull you down
Yeah,
underwater?
100%. That's exactly what you wanna tie yourself
Just
to.
making sure. And this could
God,
be because,
Chris,
you know,
do you not sail? God. I'm like, hey, tie me to the anchor. Let's go.
Apparently Galadriel doesn't either, so let's...
Look, the anchor's not going to go anywhere. That's the thing you want to tie yourself to.
Right? Right.
Yeah. No, it like, and okay. So at the end of the first episode, when the stranger comes crashing down via comet, I really thought that was going to blow up the ship that Galadriel was on.
Did she see it on the ship?
No, I don't think so, because it was way back on the land.
Right.
But I
okay.
really thought that was going to be like an attack by Sauron, like to like destroy that ship or something. I was completely thrown off of the fact that a wizard just crashed down on Middle Earth.
Well, I had an idea of what it might be, given
Not
you
until
explained.
not until I saw the person. I had no idea what it
No,
was.
I thought about, wizard landing. I thought about it as it was because they showed the freaking comet coming through to every single person.
Right.
So
It
at
ties it all
at some point,
together.
it just hit me like this could be a wizard, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Because I didn't know after you explained to me that wizards are more like gods or whatever.
they're like angels.
Yeah. So
Yeah. They're an astral form pulled into a human
right,
form.
it almost has to be Gandalf.
Right,
Because of
but
its
like,
It's
attachment to
Gandalf.
hobbits.
It's like
It's
a
got-
billion.
I'm like going 99% it's Gandalf, but in the back of my head, there's also that chance where TV shows like to do that whole like it's a twist thing at the end where
No, that's
like,
just J.J. Abrams.
no. Every show likes to do this.
But I
Where they're
think
like-
Sean, it's combined though 100% that it's either of them. It's like
Right,
90%
yes.
Gandalf,
Yeah.
maybe 10% that twist, but it's definitely one of because it's like
Exactly, yeah.
That's just something
definitely
I feel
a wizard.
like TV shows or anything that's like IP based just does now is like,
Yeah.
we didn't tell you this was in it. Like, case in point, Mando with like Baby Yoda showing up. It's like, oh, okay,
Right.
well this makes sense now.
Yeah.
What I found interesting about this show is like how much just things about the sort of like broader, I don't know, middle verse, Tolkien, whatever you want to call it. Just the insights into it that I've got. I mean, I've watched the movies God knows how many times. Like just little things like, oh yeah, elves like trees because just elves like trees. That's like a thing. Like the fucking Keebler elves like trees. You know, like I never made that connection. And then I also never really made the connection to, and I think this show maybe is like leaning on it more than like say the movies did. But like Sam, I don't know if you got this vibe at all, but didn't it seem like the elves were like the like English like upper class versus like say the dwarves or like, you know, Midlands and like Scots or something like that, you know, like the more like poor working class folk.
Yeah, like there's definitely like the elves are like sophisticated upper class with like the sophisticated upper class problem of like they're a little too aloof and a little out of touch.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not they don't really have their ear to the ground,
But
even though they have pointy ears.
I do feel like it's just a staple of fantasy where elves are.
Yeah,
that way.
where do you think that
Yeah.
staple came from?
I
Like-
understand that. Yeah, like it's like obvious that that's what they're going with because that's how elves are. It's like, oh, elves hate everyone but elves, but they're also like the rich elite. Who knew? Like any type of fantasy, like
I mean,
that's the thing
this
with elves.
all comes from like Tolkien invented this because I think
know.
elves in like Norse mythology are nothing like this.
Yeah,
Aren't they like mischievous and
Yeah.
like stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like this is, yeah, this is totally
well,
just
Loki is a frost
Tolkien.
giant, but yeah, no, yeah, elves and trolls and all that stuff in Norse, they're them tricksters, you know.
yeah, but
Yeah,
so like this like that's all Tolkien invention, and you know this is Tolkien. So what do you
Right.
expect?
yeah. You expect it's always funny like watching this where you're like, I need to root for the elves, but they're assholes. Oh yeah.
They're definitely like the kind of people who like, don't worry, this is best for you, and you just hate them, even though it like kind of is best for you.
Yeah.
Or it's like you just resent them. Yeah,
and you know what? It's building a in the show is actually building a kind of a bigger hatred for the elves too.
yeah.
Because they revealed that some human towns or villages or whatever actually sided with Sauron or Morgoth, whoever it is.
Oh yeah.
Morgoth, yeah.
The bad side. I mean, in truth, elves are essentially invaded their land
Yeah.
to kill something.
Yeah, they're
So-
like they are like that whole like human elf thing. Plot line is like the elves are occupiers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly right.
Yeah. Well, the Normans were.
Wow, that's yeah. So, what else? What else? Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
just so excited
I-
for the dwarf stuff for some
No,
reason.
honestly, like
No, it's fun.
this show tugs at things that make me interested and want more, but it is moving at such a slow pace that I zone out sometimes, and this is not a show to zone out on because it throws a lot at you, but in a slow manner.
It's just
It sneaks a lot of stuff by you, and it's like, okay, is this the kind of stuff world building where it's like, okay, this is just flavor, or is
Yeah.
this the kind of world building that I should be paying attention
Right.
to?
And like, did I see this in the movies, or is this like a thing that I haven't seen before?
well, that's what I'm excited to see. Also, is if some of the stuff from the movies are from this. So Khazad-dûm, as we mentioned, has
Yeah.
not been really in the movies. And now we're starting, like we see it in its full light, you know, and
Yeah.
then eventually, well, maybe we'll see Moria or Erebor, or you know, see how these things kind of
Yeah.
develop. Minas Tirith, if it's there, you know, because
Yeah.
it seems like the humans or the men
And
are not really like organized, you know,
Correct-
waiting for their king to
Yeah.
return.
Yeah.
I think is what he said.
correct me if I'm wrong, but like Mordor's not a thing yet, right?
Right.
I don't think so.
No,
See, that's
they don't.
I think that
Yeah.
I think that's the Southlands. I think.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it's
They're
Rohan
looting-
and Gondor
Yeah.
either.
South is Mordor.
Yeah, so I think that they're
They-
alluding to the Southlands is what's going to turn into Mordor.
Right. And I
But what
honestly,
about Rohan and Gondor? Because they're not there either.
Yeah, like Gondor's in like the south.
There's
west.
south.
Rohan is north of Gondor.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But
so it's Rohan, Gondor,
Mordor.
to
So,
the east.
do we think that the rings are going to be created in this season?
I
Yeah.
think the rings already have been.
No, they haven't.
No, they
have not been created yet.
Well,
They're-
that
so
looked like
that
the forge.
that
That looked
forge
like the
that he
forge.
wants to build, I believe, is because he's like, I want to build something that will create something so powerful and so magical, like it'll,
Ooh.
So
Got
I
me
think,
thinking he could be a bad guy.
well, because that.
No,
his
the blacksmith
Elrod's-
guy.
Yes,
yeah.
his like boss or whatever. But yeah, like he mentions he wants to build this forge to create something. Obviously, it's got to be the rings of power.
But it could also be the sword of.
No, it's 100% the rings.
Well, yeah, but
But-
I'm just saying.
but
could be the
'cause-
sword of Gondor.
So I'm more or less interested to see how they handle the fact that they make the rings for, man and was it dwarves, elves, but then in secrecy make one for Sauron. Like I want to see that. How does that happen? Because it's that the ultimate ring of power was created in Mordor. So like if this dude
Fires of Mount Doom.
yeah. So if this dude is creating him in this forge, he also has to create one down there.
And like that forge definitely, I'm not crazy. That definitely looked like the Tower of Sauron.
yes, yeah, that's what
It
it
was
looked
close.
like to
Like
me.
Yeah.
that definitely looked like it should have an eye on top of it.
Yes, yeah, yeah. That's what I gathered from it. So
Look,
that's
see,
where
the show has places to go,
right,
right?
like
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
it has strings to pull on. It's how tight, like how quickly they pull on those strings, or how much they just let them dangle.
Right, which is why it bothers me that people are just like trashing this because there is
Yeah.
stuff there.
Yeah, people are assholes.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I mean, I can see what they're saying about some things, like the acting.
Yeah, like,
sure,
like I
whatever,
said, like
but-
the characters are a little
See,
wooden.
the guy who
like-
plays Elrod looks really weird.
Look, Doogie Howser. Somebody mentioned Doogie Howser.
Oh, okay. He looks.
Yeah,
he,
he definitely-
He looks like he had a normal face at some point, and somebody just like squished the top and bottom a little bit. I'm not being mean. I'm just saying that's what he has a weird looking face.
The
Not being mean, you just fucking ugly.
yeah, Galadriel has like weird facial tics too. That I'm like, I don't know if you should exaggerate that
Yeah.
word to make your face move like that, but.
Yeah,
But like none of these are like
No.
killing it.
I am liking how they're kind of like showing the close up of the eyes. I'm like, this looks like her in such a way that's just a callback to the movies.
Yeah.
I just actually genuinely like that they do that because it's only her that they do that to. They don't do it to anybody else.
yeah, but yeah, it's only two characters too that like, well, technically three that carry over to the
Yeah, the immortal ones. So
yeah.
Who
Well, I mean, we'll see if it's gone.
Elrond, Galadriel.
Elrond, and Sauron.
Okay.
They do show him, and it is pretty awesome. And that's like what pissed me off is like the opening to the show after like the whole the tree is dead, and they're like, we go over there, and then there's this giant battle where a fell beast attacks and kills an eagle, and like, and then her Galadriel's brother like dies in battle. Like that's an awesome scene, and like he shows Sauron, and he's got the giant freaking crown, and oh man, I was so like excited for the show, and then it's just like, pump the brakes a little bit. Let's take this one step at a time.
Yeah.
we got to do a
We
lot
got a ways
of
to
work.
go.
Right, yeah. It was like, oh, that intro is great. What's up with all the hobbits? I'm done. Yeah. I mean, I'll keep watching, obviously, but like I kind of want them to speed it up a little bit. And I think that's the unfortunate thing about a prequel, whether like, this show or the previous show that we talked about, where it's going to end. And like in your head, you're like, let's just
Yeah,
get there.
you get a little impatient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's easily that. Yeah. Mm. Right.
It's very cool that we can talk about this, and now I can just immediately go watch it as soon as we're done.
That's true.
Is it still like 9:00 on Thursdays? Because they advertise as Fridays.
I think it's late Thursdays. Yeah.
Or so it's just still late Thursdays. Okay.
Yeah. Either way, I watch it Friday anyway.
That's what Apple was doing there at the end. You know, they would just release it Wednesday night or Thursday night. I don't think the third episode has dropped.
Oh.
Okay, so it's probably tonight at midnight or something.
That must have just been a one-off, I guess.
Or maybe.
Yeah, you're right. It's not out yet. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. So
One shield to rule them all.
on that note, we're all still pretty into this. So I was a little worried.
It was nice after that House of Dragons conversation for us to all come together and be like, you know what? But we like this show.
Yeah,
Like we're tolerating it for now.
I
Well,
like it.
you're
I like
the
it.
weakest.
I'm
link
the
right
weakest
now.
link right now. I'm the
for
like
both shows.
100%. It's understandable why I would be for House though.
Yep, agreed. All right, so next week we'll have some probably D23 actual true casting announcements.
Yeah.
Maybe some more news, and I think Pinocchio came out on Disney Plus. We may or may not watch that. We will see.
No,
So
Morbius is on Netflix.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
watching
that's right. We'll
Morbius
see about that
like
one.
30 times. It's gonna be great. I need as much Matt Smith in my life
It
as
is
possible.
Morbin time.
It is Morbin time.
On
so.
that note, if you like all of our podcasts, you can find them on Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, all the streamers for free. If you like us and you want to send us a message, send us a message on Facebook.com/Knights of Nerdatude. We do have somebody who will respond to that. Not you.
Oh yeah, that's me. I respond to everything.
Yeah. So that does it for us for this week. Until next time.
Bye.
Adios.